Hello, welcome back to another Meals of the Week video. I've got quite a few recipes to show you. These are the kind of meals that I've made over the last couple of weeks that I've managed to remember to take. The first one I'm going to make is this chicken stew recipe. I just thought it looked so nice on this recipe website. I'm just scrolling through the tablet just trying to see what I need to do, what I need to buy. So if you want to make this as well, I'll leave the link underneath on the video, or you can take screenshots of the recipe like I'm doing. I'm just using my tablet here at the side to help me follow the instructions. So first of all, I was frying, got 2 pieces of chicken breasts in there. I think you can use chicken thigh as well. I'm just not a particular fan of chicken thigh myself, and I'm just frying that with some onion, and I'm going to add in some chopped of my garlic. This is just a very lazy garlic because I just prefer cheating them cutting up garlic myself. So I'm just frying that all together like so, and then I'm adding in about 2 pieces of bacon, letting that cook through. It didn't really take. I'm adding about 2 cups full of red wine here as well, and then I'm just giving that a good mix in there. This recipe, like I said, it's more about the prep more than anything else, just took a little bit longer. And then I just added 1 teaspoon of flour. It's about to get really messy because I got flour like absolutely everywhere when I was trying to make this. So yeah, that happened. And then I added in about a litre worth of chicken stock, and then 400 grams of chopped tomatoes. It probably won't be exactly the same amount of ingredients that I used on the web page. It's just because I try and make this full of 2 people, because I think that recipe is actually for about 4 to 6 people. So I added in some Worcestershire sauce at this point, and then I'm just adding in some, I think it's some thyme as well, and some bay leaves and some chopped potatoes in. And then I think that's pretty much it. I don't think I'm missing anything else. And then you just give that a good mix, and then you pop the lid on and you cook it for about 30 minutes, and then 10 minutes before the end you just add in your mushrooms and your green beans. And yeah, that was what it looked like when it was all done. I'd say it took about 30 to 40 minutes altogether to cook through, and yeah, it was actually quite nice actually. And you just serve that with some rustic bread or some crusty bread, whatever you prefer. And yeah, that was it all served up. I just served it with some pita rolls that you just put in the oven for about 10 to 12 minutes. These are the bake at home ones, and I just topped it with some fresh parsley on the top just as a garnish. And yeah, so this was our dinner for tonight. I'm really fancying just warm recipes at the minute. I think probably because the weather's gone cold again at the moment. I feel like it's autumn already, so a lot of these videos are like warm hot meals that are coming up. But yeah, that's my first meal I've got to show you. So for tonight's dinner, I'm making jacket potatoes with like a mince and gravy sauce. This recipe is actually from the cottage, I think it's a cottage pie recipe that I use. So it's the same mince and gravy that goes into a cottage pie. So I'll link that recipe underneath. I'm just using the filling from that part. I'm not obviously making a cottage pie, but yeah, it's really, really nice and tasty, so it's my favourite. And then I just dished it up in this jacket potato with some cheese on top and some butter, and yeah, it's becoming one of my favourite meals to add. And yeah, the mince and gravy is also made with, I think it's got like Worcestershire sauce inside. I can never pronounce it. But yeah, I'm just using some mature cheddar cheese. I usually use red Leicester, but that was all I had on hand this week. So yeah, that was our meal for tonight. So for tonight's dinner, we had a takeaway. So I'm just had a Papa John's for dinner tonight, so it was 50% off pizzas that night. So we just ordered I think this was the Hawaiian bullseye chicken Hawaiian pizza they had on offer. I don't know if they've got it anymore, but yeah, we just had a medium one to share with some garlic bread, and we had some chicken strips on the side. So that's what we had for dinner tonight. So I'm actually making it was a Chinese chicken egg foo young. I think this is from, it was another YouTube video I watched, so I'll try and link their video underneath if you want to know how to make this. I just didn't film it myself because I was really busy, and to be honest I wasn't sure if it was going to turn out well, so I didn't want to look like an idiot, because I do find Chinese dishes quite hard to make. I think it's because everything's got to be like on the go, so you've got to have everything ready all at once, and I'm not always prepared that way. But yeah, this actually turned out quite well, apart from it's supposed to be more like an omelette kind of style, but I couldn't keep the egg and that together in the pan because I don't have a wok, so I had to just use a normal saucepan, so it ended up breaking apart. But which is more like the Fu Young style anyway. But yeah, I followed their poaching chicken recipe as well to make chicken like soft like Chinese, and it was really nice. And it comes with this like own soy sauce gravy that I also made, and then I served it with some egg fried rice, which the egg fried rice I make myself anyway. I just use cold rice and then I fry it in some sesame oil with some soy sauce, dark soy sauce, and an egg, and just fry that all together. And then yeah, that's just the Fu Young's just made from egg, peas, bean sprouts, and the chicken. But yeah, like I said, I'll link their video down below if you're interested in making this one. But yeah, it was really nice, and I would definitely make this again. So for tonight's dinner, I'm making like a pepperoni pizza casserole type of thing. I've made this quite a few times, so I just kind of use my standard bolognese recipe. I'm making like a quick version of the bolognese sauce here, just because to save time. So I'm using some 5% mince. I've just fried that together with some onion and some garlic in there, and then I'm just using a chicken stock pot, and then I'm just mixing that all together in my mince. I'm sorry for like the steam on the camera. To be honest, I could do with buying a new tripod so I can kind of film from the side, because the steam shines on the camera lens. So yeah, hopefully that doesn't bug you too much. I'm just adding some red wine. I usually add about 2 capfuls into my bolognese, and just give that a good mix into the mince. I'm just using some passata. I've just got this basil Heinz passata in the cupboard. I'm loving these Heinz passatas you can buy. I find them really hard to find though. I can only seem to find them in like Asda. But yeah, I'm just using the Asda one, so that was about, I think it's about £1 just for those, so they're not too expensive. I just give that a good mix in. And I'm just adding in some mixed herbs in here. Just give that a good stir, and that's pretty much my quick version of my bolognese done anyway. Usually I mix the passata up with carrots and celery and stuff. But yeah, we're just doing the quick version for tonight's dinner, and I just let that sit for about 15 to 20 minutes. I've got some penne cooking in the background as well, which will serve as our pasta base. I forgot I added a little bit of chili flakes in there as well, because I just wanted it a little bit more on the spicy side. So I'm just showing you how I dish it up into my dish. So I'm just using a small glass dish here, and I've put a layer worth of penne down, and you just kind of make it into a lasagna form, so you top it up each by a bit. And then I'm adding in the minced bolognese mixture on top of it, like so. Today I'm sprinkling a layer worth of mature cheddar cheese down, mixed with a layer of red Leicester. These are just some cheese bags that I had left in the fridge that I needed using up. I usually put some mozzarella as well in here at this stage, but I didn't have any. I must have forgot to buy it. And then you put your pepperoni down. I usually tend to use, again, the 6 small slices of pepperoni, but the ones that was only available to buy were the large pieces of pepperoni, so I've just used 4 in this case. And then you put some onion down, and you just make it sliced up like you would on a pizza. And then you add in your peppers. I'm using red peppers. You can kind of use any coloured pepper you want, to be honest. And yeah, that's basically your first layer done. I was just trying to press it down a bit more, just to try and make room for the second layer. And then you go back in with your second and final layer of pasta. So, and you just rinse and repeat basically. So you put in your penne pasta there again, and then you'll put your mince on top of that. And I actually think I added the cheese on top this first, so just so it melts a little bit better. And then I went in with my pepperoni and the peppers and onions again on the second layer, and then I added some more of the mature cheese on top, and then that's pretty much it. And then you're just gonna whack it in the oven for about, I think I put it in for only about 15 to 20 minutes, just to kind of let the cheese cook on top and make it a bit crispy, because everything else is pretty much already cooked. So yeah, this is what it looked like when it came out of the oven. I added some mixed herbs on top just to give it a bit more flavour. I served it up with a side salad this week with just some Caesar dressing it on top. And yeah, it's one of probably our staples in our household to make. I don't have a recipe I can link for this underneath below. There's probably other people's versions that are out there on Google. This is just the one I make, and I've not got any of my recipes written up or anything like that. So you'll probably have to just pause the video if you did want to make this, of course. Also, my last comments on my meals of the week video, please don't be afraid to tell me if I'm doing anything wrong or you think I can do anything in a better way. I always read your comments and I really always appreciate them, and they really do help. So obviously there was some comments. Obviously I made a lasagna in my last meals of the week video, and just kind of leave the mince a lot, like, to cool down a bit more before dishing it up, which is a trick I also learned in this video a bit later on. I'll probably explain. But yeah, don't be afraid to obviously leave a comment. I do appreciate them. I don't want you to think that I get funny or anything like that, because I don't. I really I do love everyone's comments, and I always read them, and I'm very thankful for the subscribers that I have. So yeah, after that, that's my meal for tonight. Then next up, I just made some cheeseburgers for tonight. I think I was on the later shift, so I kind of had to pop a rush dinner. I didn't even make them fancy like I usually do. It's just a burger slapped in a cob with some cheese on top. These were the burgers, frozen quarter-pounder ones I got in an Aldi video once, that have just been sat in the freezer. We didn't eat these, to be honest. I think we ate half of a burger each. I thought I'd still show you them anyway, because it was one of my meals of the week. But yeah, I just think we ended up snacking on something in the end, because they were really, like, soft and chewy. I'm just not a fan of burgers like that. The texture of it was just too chewy for me. It kind of just tasted like mushed mince together. So I wasn't a fan of that. I really like the Aldi Wagyu burgers, so I definitely would buy them again if I saw them. I'm going to do some beef burgers on my next meals of the week video. I'm just debating whether what burgers to buy, because I can be picky. And then next up for dinner, I made a slow cooker chicken curry. I couldn't get the words out then. This was, I don't know if it was a Coleman's pack, I don't think it was, but one of those like kind of casserole packets you can buy from like Asda and Sainsbury's and that. So yeah, it just said slow cooker chicken curry on it. So I forgot to take a picture of it, what I used, and I just followed the recipes on the back of that. My only thing is it come out a little bit dry, so you notice there's not much sauce in that. That was just my fault, because I usually use 2 medium chicken breasts. I bought large chicken breasts in my last shop and forgot I was supposed to only use 1 chicken breast. So yeah, there was too much chicken in there compared to the sauce. So it was a little bit dry, to be honest. But it was nice. I would buy that packet again. I just need another attempt to remake it. But yeah, that's what we had for dinner tonight. So for tonight's dinner, I made a roast dinner. I don't tend to film my roast dinners. I think I have once before, but because there's so many different things going on, it takes me ages with having to move the camera and everything around. But I just did a roast chicken dinner for tonight. I'm trying to pack my roast dinners more with vegetables than anything else. As you can see, there's a massive amount of vegetables. So I just use cauliflower, and I've got a bag of mixed frozen veg. I think I've said this before, but I'm absolutely loving using my frozen veg at the moment. So it's just quick. I can just pop it in a saucepan for 20 minutes or so. I made some homemade Yorkshire puddings, and I just served that with some roast potatoes as well, and some gravy on top. I completely forgot to buy stuff in. I had none left. But yeah, that was our dinner for tonight. Then I made this chicken curry in the slow cooker. I really loved this one. It'd definitely be one I'm making again. So I'm just using about, I think there's 1 or 2 chicken breasts in there. I'm using the Mayflower, this curry sauce mix. You can buy it from Home Bargains or B&M. It's about 99p, or I think it might have gone up now just slightly. But I put that in the slow cooker for about 5 to 6 hours. Just the chicken, the sauce, and some peas and onions, and that's all you do. Oh no, and you add, like, I added about a teaspoon of 5 spice powder as well, just to give it a bit more flavour in that. So yeah, but that's all you do in the slow cooker. I did learn a trick of someone, I usually break up my chicken a lot, but they said to just like leave it and just like let it cook in that, and then just break it up slightly at the end, and then you'll kind of get that more authentic Chinese look to it. So that's what I did, and it turned out pretty well. And I just served that with some plain old basmati rice for tonight's dinner. And yeah, that was what we had for dinner tonight. The only thing I wish, I might buy some like prawn crackers or something from Amazon that I can cook on the side, and then that would go really nice. And yeah, it would be a cheaper way than buying Chinese food. So just a couple more meals to show you. This isn't actually one of our meals of the week that we had for a late dinner. I'm making this for my lunches to take to work. So I did have this in my last meal of the week video. I just thought I'd show you again because I really liked it. So it's a leek and potato soup with some added carrots in there. But yeah, you just chop up, there's 2 leeks, 2 carrots, and then 2 larger potatoes, and you chop that up into just little bits. And then there's some mixed black pepper in there. I promise it's not dirt. I did wash all my veg, so that's black pepper. And then I just added in 2 litres worth of chicken stock. I'm just getting the last bit of the chicken stock out of the jug here. But yeah, and you just give that a good mix in there with some salt and pepper on top if you want. And I just put that on the low for about 6 to 7 hours. I can just leave it all day. Then after your veg is all wilted down, about 30 minutes before it's done, you add 300 millilitres of double cream. So that's what I've done here, and then I'm just going to pop the lid back. So for the final meal that I've got to show you is I'm making a chicken pot pie. I can link this recipe down below. It's from someone's website, so this is there. They said to cook it in, here is like milk, chicken stock and some parsley, and then you cook your chicken breasts in that, which I've never done before, but it made the chicken actually really nice and soft. So that's just sitting in there for about 20 to 30 minutes and let the chicken breast cook. Again, I'm only using 1 chicken breast here because I'm only making a pie for 2 people. And yeah, and all you do here is mix garlic with your vegetables, like your carrots and your peas and your onion, and there's a little bit of celery in there as well. Just give it, I only put a little bit of celery in there because I wasn't too sure if we were going to like it, to be honest. And you use basically the milk broth that you use to cook your chicken in as the sauce, so that's all that's in there as well, with some mushrooms. You pretty much put any veg you want in there. And yeah, but I've not made my own pastry. I used the Tesco puff pastry roll ready one that you can use. So I tried to make it into like a pie lower base. I did spray some oil to try and stop it from sticking. In the actual recipe itself, they don't bother putting the base pastry down though. They just put the chicken pot pie in there and then just put a cover on top. So maybe that's what I should do. But yeah, that's what I did, and I just filled it with the chicken pot pie, and then I used the other roll I had to try and make a top cover, but I'm absolutely rubbish at making any kind of top cover. So yeah, and then I just put some egg yolk on that to try and make it golden brown, but I mean, I think I've said this before, probably don't follow me trying to make a pie, but the filling is actually really, really nice. So this is actually one of my favourite partners that he says I do make, because I have made the chicken pot pie before, and I served this with some Yorkshire puddings. My Yorkshire puddings were a little bit funny because I think it's because I had to use strong white bread flour because I didn't have my normal plain flour in that, so they came out a bit more puffy and a little bit more weird in shape, but they actually tasted a lot nicer though using that bread flour. So maybe I just need to tweak it slightly. To be fair, it was only one that kind of went slightly more strong. The other three look fine. And then I just served that with some mixed frozen veg. So yeah, that's my pie. When I took it out of the tray, it kind of did fall apart a little bit. Not too bad though. And yeah, I just served that with some mixed veg and those Yorkshire puddings on top, and then I served it with some gravy on top. And yeah, that was our final meal last night, and it was really, really nice actually. But yeah, thank you so much for watching my meals of the week. I hope it wasn't too long of a video, and I do always, again, like I said, I do always I love your comments and the fact that you even bother to watch my videos and like them. So yeah, I do really appreciate it. So thank you, and I hope you all have an amazing week. Take care. Bye.